Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Mr. Dreams to Reality Coach Ford. I'm excited to have y'all into the FordX Media Studio today. I'm starting to get my voice back. It's just going to be a process of coaching and then recovering, and then once I get back into the routine of travel basketball and coaching, I'll be fine. So I posed some questions early this week, and I wanted to talk about these things, and I wanted to address these things early before the thought left my brain or before I got busy doing things. And one of the questions that I asked is, what was one of the single biggest challenges people had? And so one of the first ones I posted last night was doubt. And the other one I want to talk about is time and time management. Right? Can y'all see that? And I'm working on, whenever I do the video, when I do my shorts, I'm getting cut out of the video, which it's not about me. So I'm just telling you what happened, so you guys understand the process, or you people, so people can understand the process. And so I love using a whiteboard. It's just the coach in me. It's the thing that I do. You know, it's just one of those things I do, right? So doubt, time management. There were some other good ones on there. And so the question that I asked was, what is single biggest, and one of those questions I asked was mindset. What is the single biggest challenge as a professional or business owner, and then what life throws at you. So those are the 4 questions that I posted. I got really good responses on all 4 of those questions. And so I'm going to do a video series on each of those, right? Because I think it's important to help others and serve others to the highest extent possible, and then giving them value, right? Giving them, helping them out when I figure out some things. So sure, this is a how-to video, but really I'm just talking about my experiences and some of the things that I've had to learn dealing with this word here, time. And you can't get it back. So understanding that since you can't get time back, it's really important to understand the necessity to really prioritize situations in your life. So what works great for me and what I've become really good at over the years as being an athletics director and in my professional life is I have to have the end in mind. Right? Like, so when I start the athletic calendar year, I started the year prior. So when I'm scheduling, so I'm a master scheduler at this point. And I know I'm not going to say that like to my horn, because I'm not, because I mess up scheduling all the time. And the people I work with, the students will tell you that. Yeah. Anyways, so I do mess up all the time. And that's just part of it. For those perfect people, thank you. I'm glad you got it all figured out. If you got it figured out, please send me how you do it so I can be better. Anyways, I'm not going to get onto that tangent. We'll just let them do their thing. Please push the algorithms for me as much as you can. Thank you. So how to manage time. Because you're not going to control time. You're not going to control doubt. You're not going to control some of the other questions that I was asked. And so if we want to know how to manage it, what are some parameters, right? Or what's a better word that I'm looking at? What is it? Anyways, parameters. We'll just say parameters. Well, anyways, so I like to draw. So stick with me here while I do my draw. So this is time, right? And we know time is finite for us. Time is infinite, but it's finite for us. So this is your calendar, right? So this is your time calendar. So I know I have things that I want to do, and I cannot do all these things at one time. So I plan out my year in advance. So if the first question that I ask, Okay, the first question that I ask, and I want everybody to hear me very plain when I tell you this, first question that I ask, does this burn down the organization? If the answer is yes, I'm immediately on it. If the answer is no, it's a non-issue, right? So what I mean by non-issues, it's not that people are important. So being a leader, leadership is about people, management is about processes. But understand here, if you do not have a parameter, you don't have questions to ask, you don't have questions to gauge the severity of things taking your time, then you're just going to be bogged down in busy work. So a really good book to read in this regard is 10X is easier than 2X. Why am I getting up at 5 a.m.? Because I have goals and dreams and ambitions. So my timing, I need to get up and utilize my time, and I have to be more effective. So I have to say no. So the next thing to your parameters, no. Say no a lot, right? I've gotten better at this from my time being as an athletic director and being in my role as a coach is saying, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing this. We're going to have to get people in here. We're going to have to get teams. Like, oh, 4 things. And everything that I come back to, if you go listen to all my videos, I hit on these things. And the things that I'm hitting on is everybody needs 4 things. You need a team, a mentor, coach, and a trainer. Sometimes this person can be all 3. I do all 3. I mentor, coach, and train. And then, of course, obviously, we're a team. We're a team because we're trying to figure it out together. We had to have communications with each other. And so here's what I'm going to tell you. Prioritize your time. It's your time. And I know it feels like it's the time of the organization, it's the time of other people, but it's really not. Because you have to prioritize your time. You only have this one life, and if you're running, and you're chasing every little thing, delegation. If you're a business owner, delegation. If you're a professional that basically runs their own office, delegation. Delegate. Delete. Delegate, delete. That means delete something off your you think you can control and let somebody else deal with it. Hire somebody else to do it. Or ask for help. Here's a good one. Ask for help. If I was talking to my first grader and she'd be like, Dad, what do I do? I'm like, ask for help, communicate, talk, right? Those are other things. So time, mentor, coach, delegation, how to manage time, right? So ask. Now, some people work in organizations, no matter what you do, the leader's not going to help. And I'm not going to get into that leadership right now. So I'm not, you know what? I'm not even going to go into leadership topic because that's going to take up most of my time. And so I'll have to do another leadership, how to be a better leader, or how not to suck as a leader. But that's, okay. So these are the 2 biggest questions. This is the first question I was asked. Does this burn down the organization? Can they survive if I say no? And you'll come to find out that 80% of the things you're saying yes to, you should not be doing. Hold on, let me get a drink of water. Like I write on my jugs, and I'm writing my jugs priorities and things that I have to get real refined. I have things that I want to do in my life. So I'm making a transition. I'm quitting some things, right? I'm letting some things go. I'm saying, no, I'm not doing those things because it's not serving the thing that God has placed on my heart to do. And it's okay. Sometimes you have to deal with those things. And it's just one of those things that you got to learn and deal with it and understand, okay, hey, we're in this world of things that we have to deal with. And if we don't do that, then we'll always be stuck and bogged down with things. And so learn how to say no. Learn what to say yes. Prioritization. So that's the next one here. So you guys got that. I hope you got like my little house. So here's the foundation, right? Priority. The no word. Find your schedule, right? And then your house is built here. then you can start asking questions. And then you'll start to notice that 20% of things you need to focus on are stuck in a pile of clothes somewhere over here. And then you got all this gigantic 80% of stuff that's not yours. And dude, this is an educational video for all those diehard people that's like, well, this isn't factual. You should read books. And if you don't believe it's factual, you should read some books. You should read some books and you should do some research, because if people would get real clear about their schedules and they would get real honest about the things they're messing with, they would know that 80% of stuff is crap and that it can be delegated to someone else, right? So I have interns. I'm hiring interns to do things that I don't want to do because I need to be focused on other things. What do I need to be focused on? I need to be focused on team management. So team management, my other job functions. So what are those functions? Schedules, contract working with officials, off season, got to submit a budget. So if I'm too busy doing all the things that my coaches should be doing, which is the same things I have to do as a coach, schedule off-season workouts, parent meetings, like this is stuff they can be doing. And I support them. I serve them. My job as the leader is to serve them to the extent as possible. Have I been good at it? No. This is why I'm talking about it, because I had to get better at it. So I'm not telling you something that I'm great at. I'm telling you something that I've had to improve on and develop as a professional, develop as a person, my own personal family time, right? And I always get asked about work-life balance. Okay, well, let me talk about this because this goes into time. Look, how to manage time. Let's talk about this work-life balance, because I had a word, that was another response. So if you worry about work-life balance, then train and pay an A team player to be you. That's the secret. So what am I doing is I'm developing my people, and I'm in a startup phase. So I have to be creative with composition. I have to be creative with the mission. I have to be creative with the vision. I have to be creative with the conversations that I'm having with my interns and my mentees about the vision where we're going. And it's on me to be the number one salesperson in the company and work harder than all these individuals, because I have to serve them. I have to serve them to the highest extent possible. I have to be a servant leader to them. And if I do that, then everything else will take care of itself. But I have to get better and improve at that. And so because I have to get better and improve at that, that's just part of the process, right? So too many gets focused on this auto, which is results. Or better, here's a better term. Focus on being done instead of complete. Here's the difference between done and complete. Complete is you did all the right steps and tasks, and you don't have to go back and look at it. Done is, yeah, I think I got done. Might have skipped some steps here and there because I was in a rush. And that's just not the proper way of doing things. And so if that's what you do, that's what you do. Okay. So I don't judge people. I don't really care about that much. I mean, I care for people, but I don't care for if they agree with me or whatever. I have a life to live, and I'm here to serve people. And if this is not serving you, I'm glad you're here. Thank you. Share the video. Share it to somebody that needs to hear it, because most likely they do, right? So these things are all universal, right? Focus, money, health. I guarantee you, if anybody who's watching this would agree and put it in and type it in the comments, it all starts here. It's all mental. Every single one of these. It starts with your outlook. And so I created a program called Reframe Your Thinking. So this is my book. So I got another book that's coming out, and then I have this is going to be my third book. And then I have a fourth book that I'm planning. So that's the focus. I have Reframe Your Thinking, Master Mental Game. The first book is Just Do Your Job. Okay, so here's how all these things tie together. My first book is Just Do Your Job. And everybody has a number one job to do. Your number one job, best, right? To become the best you possible. I know that's really hard to do. But for me, right, so I teach, but I want to say, I'm not a teacher like that. What am I? I'm a student. I'm a student first. I'm always learning. And I learned that I have to become the best version of me possible. When I become the best version of me, I can give you more. But how can I give you more if I'm on E? How can you give the world more if you're on E? How can you give them more time? How can you give them the best version of you if you're on E? I just don't comprehend that, people. Brothers and sisters, if you're on E, how can you give the world? So my question is to you. If your number one job is to become the best version of yourself, how do you do that? How do you become the best version of you? Because you can't serve on E. There's no way. You try driving a car on empty. You try using your phone on no charge. Try living in your house with no electricity. You can. No running water. You can. People do it all the time. You tell me what it looks like. You tell me. Because you got to be able to serve and give the world your best. So that means it's a priority of yours. Okay? Now I'm getting to the message. It's a priority of yours to say no to the things that drain you. Because if we're real clear, it's the things that's draining us that makes us feel like we don't have time. That creates doubt, creates uncertainty, that creates money issues. And I'm getting fired up. So I gotta get real patient here, right? I gotta calm down. And I get fired up because I was there, guys. I'm not telling you something that I haven't lived. I deal with these things. I've dealt with these things. I'm still dealing with these things, but I'm learning that you gotta practice enough in the game. You gotta practice enough in the game. And I get motivated and I get excited for you, right? I get excited for you. I get motivated and it makes me want to give you more. The more I give, the more I get, right? And so praise God for that. And so I'm stepping into my greatness. And by me stepping into my greatness and owning the life that I want to live, I can give more. Because what happens when you're trying to fill up the gas tank past full? It runs over. Whatever. You can go fill someone else up, right? So let's go fill someone else up. But first, before you can fill somebody else up, I'm tying it all together. Before you can fill someone else up, you have to be full yourself. And a lot of people say, well, you said serve others. You're right, I did. I didn't say how yet. I'm teaching you how now, right? Be full, get around good people, get around a network. Join the 4X book club and mastermind. Join the 4X book club and mastermind, right? If it's free, I'm not charging nothing. I'm not charging anything for this. I don't want nothing from nobody. Y'all understand this? This is my service to the world. This is me being consistent. This is me challenging my doubt. This is me challenging my time. This is me challenging the things that I'm teaching you. This is me. Let me tell you very carefully. This is me challenging beyond what's possible. This is me challenging above the things of which that I don't think I can do. This is me challenging myself, right? And if you see that in your story, because this is about you, I'm just using my example and experiences to help you in your journey and your story. So this is about you and your journey and your story. Has nothing to do with me, right? Because I'm going to live my life the way I'm going to live my life, right? And I have goals, dreams, and ambitions for my life. My thing is to help serve you because my cup is full. Guys, I feel full. I feel happy. I feel energetic. And then I'm not happy and energetic because of conditions, right? I'm just happy and energetic because I figured some things out about me. And that the number one job is to become the best me for you. It's you. So that's how you do it. Time, it starts with the mindset. Starts with the mindset, starts with the frame of thinking, it starts with the frame of reference. And so a good friend of mine, big brother of mine, Lemmy Williams, he said, too close to the proximity. And it was so profound, it was beautiful, and I love that brother because he's so wise. Such a beautiful mind. And I'm giving his roses here. And he's so vital important. But that's why it's important to get around people who are going to fill you up, and you go fill them up. And you work together. Because you can look at the glass as half empty, or you can look at it half full. I look at it as an opportunity to fill it up and then go fill somebody else's cup. And so I leave you with this today. It's all about your mindset. It's all about the things which you believe up here. It's all about saying no to things that's not going to serve your mission. And whatever your mission is, what is my mission? What is my vision? My vision is to empower athletes, specifically boys basketball players, because that's who I work with. And if you ride with that journey, great. But my focus and my vision is to empower boys basketball players through mentorship and push them to excellence on and off the court. And it starts with me as their coach and their mentor. It's guiding them and teaching them, like I'm doing for you now, to guide and mentor them and to help them along their way and on their journey. This was a good conversation, good topic. Post your discussions below. Love it, hate it, whatever you want to do. I don't care. Just push the algorithms. I just need you to push the algorithms for me. If you hate it, great. Share it to the world. Thank you. But like and subscribe, whether you love it or hate it, right? Like and subscribe, because the more feedback I get, listen, I'm a feedback-driven guy. I'm building a data company. Here's this true secret. Here's what's really happening in my brain. Here's the truth. Here's what's really going on in my brain. Build a data-driven. So that's on the back, right? So it helps support my overall mission and vision with interns and things. But it's been Mr. Dreams to Reality, how to manage time. Until the next time, have a great day. Remember, it's your job to become the best version of yourself. Just do your job. Book releases 5/5/24 this year. Just do your job. An action book. There's a reason why it's called an action book. And you'll have to read that in the book.